Hello and welcome back. Today I felt guided to talk about third party interference in a twin flame connection. And by third party, I mean romantic connections, not, let's say, ancestral trauma, no work situation, family situation. I want to speak out about just specifically romantic connections that happen for either twin or for both twins after they have met and after divine feminine has been awakened, why these connections do come up, why they manifest. I really want to speak about this. I would like to help every single one of you that may need to hear it. I pray that my words and these reasons or these thoughts will help you to move along and to let go some of these very low vibrational emotions that usually these third party situations will cause for the other twin. Just something to try to remember, maybe come back to when you feel the need to. I know I have to come back to these things, and I really want to help you guys who may need that. So what has been brought to my attention was that for a long time, and it's something that I have noticed that we kind of have a very easy time to forget, that no matter the blockage, whether it is a karmic energy, and if that energy is a romantic one or a platonic one, or it has to do with work, with family setting, or just about anything else, really, when you think about it, when you really remove yourself for a second from that situation and from the point of view that kind of puts you as a victim of these things happening, because it for us it looks like they're happening to us, because they are, obviously, but it's very easy when you're going through a purging period, when you're healing, when you're trying to find a different perspective on these things that you have been carrying within you really for a long time. It's very difficult to kind of see a different perspective. So if we were to zoom out completely and look at it from the side, everything that is happening to us was really meant to be. And no matter what resonates for you, whether it's God or the source, the universe, however you quantify your own spirituality, the entity, I call it God because to me it's easier. God for me is the source of everything. We as souls do choose these different paths to experience during earthly incarnations, and so having known that, it's also important for us to kind of remember that every single lesson, every single thing that our soul either wanted to or volunteered to experience and go through here on earth was divinely orchestrated. Uh, or if you will, as God has wanted it. This is something that I have struggled with when the time came for me to find out some very painful things about my own twin flame journey. I struggled with it for a little bit to understand, like, would God really want for these things to happen? But he does. Of course he does. We wanted it as a soul and or volunteered for it. So just as you should always have compassion for yourself on your ascension journey with anything really, with trying to change perspective on something, with healing something, with letting go, purging, you really have to love yourself through these moments. You should always love yourself, but you really should put extra care towards yourself and have an immense amount of compassion for yourself, for your inner child. Just thinking that here you are, you're trying to kind of keep your head above the water, and there's just a continuing or continuance onslaught of triggers and just situations spiraling out of control. A lot of the programming that we experience here on earth is very much victim based, I guess. So there's the victim, which is us, and there must be, because we're a victim, or that is what we kind of believe, there must be a perpetrator. There must be someone or something that is just doing this evil to us, and it's not. It is not. It really isn't. But I have noticed that for me it was kind of difficult to see it from this perspective, not to blame others, no matter who, for the things that were happening, because to me the way the illusion looks like in the 3D is that everybody around you is continuously making a choice. So any situation where you're being hurt by somebody, by their actions, their decisions, their words, no matter what it is about really, you kind of have a tendency, I say you as in we humans, kind of have the tendency to put blame on these people, like, oh, this person at work, for whatever reason, maybe they don't like me, maybe they are going through something difficult in their life. Well, that person made a choice to maybe say something hurtful, or yeah, you tell me. And so when it comes to the third party connections, karmic connections within your twin flame journey, it's crucial to remember that no matter how cruel it seems, your soul has actually chosen to experience that. So your soul has chosen that part of it will incarnate as the person that it gets involved in a third party relationship, and the other one will be the victim of it, if you will be the one getting hurt by it. Or of course that both will experience a third party connection individually, maybe because the wounds that are to be healed in respective twin are just that. So whatever journey you're on and whatever your situation is, you should of course take it as it resonates. But it's really crucial to remember that these soul contracts, these are also just beings that have agreed to be a lesson to you in the current incarnation. So your soul and another soul went into a contract that said that your soul will teach them something and that other soul will teach you something, and it's all done through love. On that level, it's all love. It's all love, it's all consciousness, it's all compassion. There's no malicious intent. On the 3D, however, when we're experiencing these situations, we are essentially healing the separation that is between our human selves and our soul. So our human or higher self, sorry. So between our human selves and the higher self, if you will. And so you're healing all of these illusions. You're trying to overcome them. You're trying to kind of destroy them. Like no matter what, how it looks like to you when you look around, or if you like, let's say, take a look at your twin connection or your life, depending on what you have chosen to experience on your journey. It can be financial matters, it can be career matters, it can be something about children, about family matters. It can be so many different things. But these karmic, romantic, and I'm calling it romantic in quotation marks because it's not really romantic, but I'll get to that. So these romantic connections, these karmic romantic connections, they are not coming into your life if you find yourself feeling that you're the victim of your twin, your own soul, hurting you tremendously, unforgivably with another person or through being with another person, and you feel victimized by it, you feel extremely hurt, which is valid, and you should be hurting, you should be feeling this way because it is wrong. However, your twin, so your divine counterpart, it doesn't matter if it's the divine masculine or the divine feminine, but your counterpart is only doing what you as one being, one entity has agreed to. As in, we as a soul agreed to go through certain situations because we will be carrying certain wounds, and that is what we wish to experience. And what is going to be helpful for you is really see these karmic partners of your divine counterparts as really that. It's a soul contract, it's a karmic debt, it's a trauma bond, because it is not love, but it is only in your reality and in your twin's reality to help you, the two of you, so your twin and you, to grow and heal and break free from whatever it is that you have chosen to break free from. We what I was gonna say, that there's kind of no point in blaming these people for anything, no matter how much our ego, our hurt inner self really wants to blame these people. I have been there myself, where like in the worst parts, worst periods, doing really heavy purging, the wound within me was so deep that I just really felt extremely low vibrational emotions towards these people. And then it kind of hit me that, well, but it's really not, it's not all about that. I mean, these people, even if their human self may have malicious intent, either towards you as the victim, if you will, or your twin that they get together with, it's still just a lesson for you. So try to remember that really we kind of all of us here on earth, this is the way I choose to see it. It's of course entirely up to you, but I think that it helps a lot. Remember that all of us humans, we are just light beings being here on earth in a school. And yes, there are existences, lifetimes where a certain light being will choose to remain unawakened, maybe just glide through life as an unconscious human. There will be other times where your role on earth is absolutely crucial, maybe it's really big, where you're influencing and changing millions of lives on earth. Yes, they're different kind, but we are just light beings, all of us. And so this is what I wanted to say. And so having said that, and having that picture of the third parties, I wanted to share something that has been shown to me, and I found it extremely helpful to kind of deal with it, because no matter how much, when you're in the midst of purging and healing and letting go of really deep core wounds within you, of course you know how difficult it may be to kind of hold on to that higher perspective. Maybe you are very well aware of all of these things, and it kind of just doesn't make the difference that it needs to, and it's difficult to hold on to that higher vibration. And so I wanted to share these, I don't know, reasons, these points with you to help you. And I already see that the timer is over 8 minutes, so I think that I may do 2 parts of it, because I do not want to hurry through it. I think all of it is extremely important. So one of the reasons, they're not in particular order, just take them as they go. So one of the reasons that your twin or you are involved in a third party, despite meeting and having engaged with your divine counterpart, is that the third party involvement happens because there is a need to heal and grow away from the intense energy of your divine counterpart. As in, you have to kind of remember, you kind of have to remember just how intense the experience of connecting with your twin flame has been or is each time you do. I don't obviously know at which stage you're in, and or stage, like in what moment of your journey you're in. I know that some people talk about like a bubble phase in the beginning. Sure, let's talk about that. Yes, so let's say if you think back to when you met your twin and there was this unspeakable pull towards that person for you, where you couldn't help yourself, and there were all of these really beautiful and otherworldly experiences. There have been telepathy, I'm sure, these really intense emotions, these beautiful synchronicities. I myself have experienced both astral travel, astral experiences. I have literally gotten into my masculine's head. A lot of times I would get like random pop-outs of either mental pictures of just thoughts of things that I never seen before. There's one thing that I kind of laugh about when I think about it. I got a picture of like a car part. I don't know what it is. I've never seen this before. And so I know it's his, because whose else could it be? I don't think my spirit guides would be showing me something, because it was absolutely irrelevant. It still is. I don't know what it is even. And so imagine, so looking back to your, let's say, bubble phase, as people call it, imagine being in that and having that as your everyday. Could you really, and here I'm telling you to be objective, could you really, while connecting with your twin and experiencing these really beautiful moments and this really deep connection to your twin and these really intense emotions and intense attractions to them, would you really be able to take a step back, voluntarily, consciously take a step back, and sit down and kind of think like, wait, hold on, I am loving what's happening. This person is extremely important to me. I feel so drawn to that person. Kind of like, all I want to do is spend time with them because they feel like home. But there are things within me that I feel that are coming up, triggers, and there are certain patterns that I'm noticing myself doing that I don't like and I wouldn't like to continue doing. Would you really be able to consciously have the strength within you to tell your twin, listen, you know what, I really enjoy us spending time together, no matter how your connection has ever looked like, but I want to take the time to heal. From what I'm understanding, what I know about the journey in on itself, we humans at that point are just too weak to make that decision and follow it through. You may be consciously thinking about it. I know for me it has happened a few times that I have kind of noticed it and thought like, oh wow, this is not something I would like to experience, and this is definitely not something that I would like to project onto my twin, because I know it's hurting me and it's gonna hurt him eventually. And so think about it, that if the two of you got together before healing, so with all the wounds that you carry, the two of you really, because everything happens together on this journey, you would really have a difficult time actually sitting down, if you will, and sitting with yourself, sitting with your thoughts, and working through everything that comes up. So the third party, no matter how convoluted really that idea is, it does happen because both twins need that space and time to heal away from the other person. So basically, if either one of the twins or both of them choose to engage with another person, I say choose, but of course it's meant to be, so maybe you don't really have so much of a choice, it just happens. Maybe you feel the pull towards that other person, or your counterpart does. It is only a tool to force the two of you to take the time for yourself, to be away from them, from that intense, wonderful pull that you feel and the attraction towards your twin, so that you may heal. Another reason is really just an extension of the previous one, that the third party causes a temporary separation. So it temporary, take it as it resonates. It can be, for some, can be a few weeks to many years, depending on what kind of journey you're on and what your soul has chosen to experience here. But because either one of the twins or both of the twins will get involved with a third party, or get into a karmic relationship after meeting their divine counterpart, that will obviously create separation. So it will create the space, and it will create the time to allow both twins to face the trauma and the wounds. You can think of it as because this is sometimes what will happen, that one of the twins will need a temporary distraction that will allow them to finally face their personal trauma, their wounds, their fears that they otherwise couldn't deal with if they were together with their twin. So basically, the karmic connection that one of the twins or both of the twins will get involved with on the twin flame journey provides a distraction. It's distraction. It's, maybe I don't like that word, but it's a tool really, but it's a way for that twin to connect with somebody that doesn't evoke anything near what you as their divine counterpart invoke within them. So there may be intense pull, there may be lust, there may be attachment, but you know how different those feelings are compared to what you have experienced with your twin and your twin have experienced with you, even if they're not telling you about that. Because we're mirrors to each other, we are one being, and even though we have separate human bodies, we do experience things the same way. And we kind of are experiencing the same things really. So one of the twins, so the twin that gets involved with a karmic energy, that relationship will allow them a lot of times to face their deep wounds and fears, and kind of allow them, it will teach them what they otherwise couldn't see by being with their twin. Because if you think back to when you were connecting with your twin and it was really positive, and even though there has been things that probably came up for you as well and for them, it was mostly very positive. So in order for neither of the twins to kind of carpet sweep the wounds and the fears, the insecurities that we may have, that third party connection, that karmic connection, is actually helping the twin that is involved in that karmic connection and the other one to heal the things that they could otherwise not heal with each other. Because maybe I think that a lot of it would be carpet swept because of how positive the experience is with our twin, like how elated you kind of feel, and you are a better person, but what you're doing is you kind of just hiding away your trauma and your wounds in a little box and putting it away in like a closet, and you're hoping to never have to see it again. And that's not the whole point. The whole point of the journey is for you to kind of clean out your closet of these things. So I think that I'm gonna stop here for this first video. I am gonna do a few parts. And so if it's something that you need, keep a listening, keep an eye out. I am sending you a lot of love and compassion and light and forgiveness, because we do need that. And I hope that my message helped you, and good luck with everything. Bye.